What up, nerds? And welcome to another hexed episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 526, recorded Monday, May 5th, 2025. Tonight we're talking about another You Pick the Flick. This one was chosen by Miles B, and the movie is The Seventh Curse from 1986. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Ran Diesel.
What's up, baby?
Hell yeah.
Was that a convincing amount of enthusiasm?
Yes, I'm convinced.
I can roll it back if I need to. I'm a little on the tired side tonight.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Woohoo.
Hi. I do love that bump, though. That's the maniacal laughter of the evil dude from Human Lanterns. Is that what that's from?
Human Lanterns, yeah. There are many of those bumps, so buckle in, partner.
Hell yeah. Next up, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy. What did I do to deserve this, Stains?
Oh, what up?
Oh, what up, boys?
It's your fault, whatever it is.
I must have done something. I really shit in someone's cereal, I suppose.
Dude, you didn't think there was going to be an eighth curse, but here you are.
Here I am.
I didn't order shitted wheats.
Yes, you did, sir. I specifically remember.
The chocolate milk.
Are you
is
sure?
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, Miles.
Shitted.
Oh, Miles. Before we get into it, which we will momentarily, let's tackle some housekeeping on our end real quick. We actually got kind of a lot of shit going on here. So we're in a new month, which means we just had a poll close and another poll open. So
the
milk
Lord
and
opens
cereal,
a window.
and then he shits in your cereal. Milk and cereal did win the May poll, so we're talking about that very shortly.
Speaking of cereal, there you go.
All right.
The
master plan came to fruition.
Right. Nailed it, Randy. Our June poll is currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this June. The theme for June is hurricane season, because as we all know, hurricane season starts on June 1st. And the three movies...
I'm drinking one right now.
Oh, God. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Korea time.
Yes, sir. Pour me up a tall hurricane to get through this one.
Or I go insane.
Tall and strong. We're on the same page there, Ren Diesel. The three movies you can vote between for hurricane season are Bodies, 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 Crawl, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Still Know? Or
I Still.
The sequel?
Still.
Okay, I didn't realize.
It's the one with the hurricane.
That fits the theme.
I don't think I realized it was the sequel. Okay, I gotcha. Bob, how those numbers looking?
Well, they're looking mighty fine. You know, looking like numbers.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's it.
Well, that's all I have to say about
they're looking damn good.
Now let's bring up. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is in last place with 25% of the vote. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, second place with 31% of the vote. Crawl sitting on top with 44% of the vote.
Well,
genuinely shocked by those results so far.
Yeah, me too.
You always are. You always are as well.
I try not to expect anything, and I'm still surprised. It's it's just a talent I have.
There's still a lot of people left to vote, and it is still kind of close though. 25, 31, 44. There's no like clear runaway.
No. But even still, like I just like there's a recency bias a lot of the time. It seems like, but maybe not in this case.
I threw on I Still Know What You Did Last Summer over the weekend just for shits and giggles. It's not like a good movie, but I enjoyed the hell out of it, honestly. Have you guys seen it? It's got Jack Black in it.
I honestly don't know if I've seen that one. I've definitely seen the original, but it's been a long time since I've even seen that one, honestly.
That's the one I saw the most growing up, because that's just what was on Cinemax every day for like 3 months of my life.
I forgot that it
and the softcore pornography.
I forgot it had Jeff Combs in it entirely. He's in that shit.
Yeah.
Jack Black is in a lot of weird random things from the like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So before he kind of like blew up, he was in like Never Ending Story 3. Do y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I never saw that. No,
Yeah.
but like he
Cable
was
guy.
in fucking. He was in. I think was it him that was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original? He might have been, or I might be thinking of someone else. But he was in just a bunch of random shit. He was in fucking Cable Guy. I mean, I don't know, all over the place. He used to do weird roles,
and now he is Mr. Minecraft.
Now he does Jack Black as Jack Black in a Jack Black movie.
Jack Black.
He was also in that Borderlands movie, so they're not all wins.
No, they are not.
No, they're not.
Definitely not.
But he's living high off the hog with the chicken jockeys right now, so whatever.
Well, hey, get your votes in for the end of May. We'll see what we're talking about this June.
Let's talk more about Jack Black.
I know. Another Patreon
We got
news.
some time to fill this week.
We are dropping mini casts every other Friday, as we have done for several years now. We just dropped one on Opus. Next up, we got one dropping this Friday, May 9th, on Sinners. This is a Rand Diesel mini cast.
Two Rand Diesels back to back.
Yeah, that's right.
Month of Rand
coming out of the gate 3 months later, very hot. 4 months, 5 months, so however
Sinners
long it's
has been out that long.
No, I mean since January when I said I was going to do one every month.
Oh, I gotcha.
Well, now you're killing.
Yeah, that's not happening. But I am happy that I got first dibs on Sinners. That's that's a hot commodity right now. Definitely a lot of conversation around that, and I'm sure I will add very little to that conversation, but it's out there, baby, and it's just for you, sweet, sweet, dear patrons.
Slam it in your ears.
Nice.
Big thanks to everybody that hung out this past Friday and watched Joe Bob's last drive-in. It was the
very last.
The very last.
He's gone forever.
It's the Final Fantasy of television shows.
It was the Walpurgisnacht double feature. He showed City of the Dead, which is a movie from 1960 I'd never seen before. It was pretty rad, actually. And then Ringu was the second one. I haven't watched that yet because, midnight hits and I turn into a pumpkin. But that? I guess it was just like they called it Walpurgisnacht. Like what was the thematic connection there? Which movies?
Ringu, anyway.
Yeah,
is she a witch?
Yeah, in the original, remember?
Is it a witch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she kind of was.
I just don't think
that's right.
That,
the remake, they kind of shirked that stuff, but
yeah. That's right.
When you said that witch movies, I thought you meant the ones you just said. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
Ringu and City of the Dead. Yeah. Witch movies.
We're not talking the same.
Not on the same.
Okay. I misunderstood you.
Oh, okay.
And now you're misunderstanding my explanation of me not understanding.
Hell yeah!
So we're in great shape here.
Nobody knows what's going on. But hey, thanks to everybody hanging out on Friday. Last thing I got here is at the time of you listening to this podcast, we will have just dropped a brand new episode of Let's Get Physical Media. Your boy Mikey and myself.
So smile.
Brown note. So shit.
In my cereal.
Your boy Mikey and myself are talking about our April pickups. A bit of a light month, but still plenty to go around. So if
I'm always
only triple digits.
Yes. What a light month.
It's
only 30 films a piece. I mean,
Mikey, I don't even think he hit double dig. So
that is like
whoa,
crazy. If you have an interest in collecting Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, even some VHS tapes, check out Let's Get Physical Media everywhere you get your podcasts.
That's only 2 purchases a week. Damn, that's on the super light side.
I know.
I don't.
For
I can't have you guys developing restraint now. Like, it's too late.
We've got more shelves to fill.
I don't. I gotta buy more shelves.
Where are they going to go?
You're gonna have to get one of those like big crank shelves like they have in archives.
That's a good idea, Randy.
Next time I come to sleep at
Alice.
Sleep at Bob's house, that extra bedroom's just gonna be shelved up.
Oh yeah, It's gonna be like one of those sleep pods for us to rest in.
You gotta sleep standing up. It's just surrounded by blues.
Yeah. Living in a fucking shantytown shack inside of Rob's house.
Best sleep I ever had. That's all I got. You guys have any plugs? Anything going on?
I don't think so. I think I'm clean.
I'm pretty clean. How about you, Bob?
Squeaky.
This house is clean.
All right, we're getting into the main event. We're talking about the 7th curse, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
Bob, I saw you had this box.
I do. I got it. Yeah.
For the show?
Yeah, I bought it for this show.
Let me see that box again.
Ooh, I like them blue eyes.
Looks all right.
Yeah,
turn it around.
Yeah, pretty
turn
cool art.
Turn that box around. Let
me
see that.
The back of it is for the second feature.
It's a facade. I don't buy it for a second.
It's very
horny.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
That's a cool looking box.
This is
that a Vincent?
Yeah, it was put out by Vinegar Syndrome. It's a double feature. It's got the 7th curse and Witch from Nepal on here. I did not watch Witch from Nepal yet. But
what?
Witch from Nepal?
Witch from Nepal.
Which witch from Nepal?
This witch. The one that's naked and covered in blood.
The Wicked Witch of
very
Nepal.
horny. Very, very horny.
Oh, I just thought that was from this movie.
I thought that was the
kind of could
chapter guy.
Yeah.
The bloody yabos are apparently everywhere.
She's a fancy flapjack.
Hong Kong production. Anyway, yeah, so you can pick that up from Vinegar Syndrome. Or watch this on archive.org, and I think those are the only ways you can watch this movie right now. To my knowledge. The 7th curse.
Yeah, that's really reasonable request there.
I wish you could see the church lady-esque pursed lips that you just got, Miles.
Yeah, that's a really reasonable request to watch this film with those choices there.
Well, it is. I mean, you can watch it for free online, which, you know.
Yeah, in this tiny box where you also have to read subtitles.
Oh, really?
I read on my TiVo. I airplayed that bitch.
Rand Doozle knows how to do it. He did it. The 7th curse, this is from 1986 with a runtime of 1 hour and 23 minutes. This is directed by Guy Choi Lam, I think, is how you would say that.
And canceled.
I'm doing my best. This was written by Jing Wong and Kai Chi Yoon, and it's based on a series of books as well. Stars Chow Yun Fat, Si Ho Chin, Maggie Chung, some other lovely folks. I'll stop butchering literally everybody's names. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. An adventurer who's been inflicted with a deadly curse during a previous expedition to Thailand goes back to battle an evil sorcerer, his tribal army, and his deadly creatures. First time watch for all of us. I know that. But would we recommend folks check it out? Rand Diesel, kick us off.
That's a pretty tough recommend to make. I'm going to say probably not unless you're into this sort of movie already. Yeah, that's about enough.
All right.
Dude, oh my God. Justin's whole head has turned into a beehole. It's just too pursed to those lips.
Damn, dude. Juice, what about you?
Jesus.
No, I would not recommend you watch this movie because you can't watch this movie. You can't do it. You can't watch it reasonably. So, no, I would not recommend that somebody watch this movie. Bob, how about you? You purchased this. Would you recommend somebody make this purchase in order to watch this film?
No, I would say don't. This is a streamer, not a buyer, unless you're just really into the Hong Kong stuff.
Streamer. If only that were possible.
I mean, you streamed it. You watched it on the internet.
You did.
I streamed it. I know you streamed it. You dirty bitch. I streamed it.
Yeah, unless you're just really, really into the Hong Kong shit. This is probably one that you can skip. It's wild. There's like constantly crazy shit happening. This really reminded me more of like an Indiana Jones than a horror movie. There's like horrific stuff happening, but it really reminded me of like that second Indiana Jones. Really, the whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Actually, exactly.
Yeah. Well, if there's one key aspect that is definitely in that territory, we'll get there.
Yeah. So that sounds like a medium to loose.
Yeah, about a medium to loose, I think.
Wow. Medium.
Pretty medium
and loose.
to loose. So.
It's a little extra loose this week, but
we're here to say, watch it if you wanna, I guess. You know,
if you can, if it's possible, which it's not. So.
We all know that the higher pitch you say something, the more true it becomes. So.
You did.
So yeah, medium to loose.
It's toasty.
It's toasty. Oh, boys, we're going to be spoiling the shit out of the seventh curse, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
My man could have chose any one of the 100 Godzilla films that are out there.
My man. He almost did.
I know. What the fuck? He almost picked a good one. What the fuck? What
Buddy,
the fuck?
The more you complain about it, the more likely it is we will never see a Godzilla movie from this man.
Well, Bob, you had the unfortunate responsibility of creating a plot synopsis this week. Do you have it ready for us?
This was a hard one because, like, you know, it's a foreign language, so you have to be reading the whole time.
And right shit.
So, like, every time I go to take a note, I gotta like stop and rewind and like.
God.
And there's constantly shit happening. So there was like every fucking second, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta take a note. There's so much.
Sounds like a job
shit
for ChatGPT to me.
Oh my God, I know. ChatGPT can't stream it. You can't watch it.
Oh, that's true. I know.
So,
even the robots can't watch it.
Yeah, and there's like no synopsis online that I could find. So this could be entirely wrong. Honestly, I couldn't verify. So we'll just.
You should have just read the plot synopsis for like fucking some Christmas movie or something.
Clark Griswold and family drive down the highway.
Cousin Eddie cuts his tit off and rams blood in Clark's mouth.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember that Labor Day vacation.
All in there, boys.
Here's the,
all right, Bob.
The plot.
Go ahead.
It's kind of long, so hang in there.
Oh boy, I'm just strap in.
We find Dr. Yin and Dr. Nee at a high-end party surrounded by beautiful women. Nee is a novelist who explains his books are based on the adventures of Yin. He then begins regaling everyone with a tale of Yin's most recent action-packed adventure. We flash back to a hostage.
Nice. Good idea.
We flash back to a hostage situation where the cops call upon Yin to help. He's well known for his bravery, so they send him in posing as a doctor, but give him a grenade to detonate at midnight. He does, and the police storm the building and save some hostages. A pesky reporter who's infatuated with Yin also follows him in posing as a nurse. Back at the party, the same reporter cock blocks Yin and tries to follow him home. Yin enters his house and finds a naked lady on the bed. He's then attacked by a mysterious man called the Black Dragon. He tells Yin there's a blood curse upon him and he must return to Thailand to save himself and someone else called Bachu. Bless me. He also says to avoid women or else the blood curse will begin bursting. The dude leaves and Yin immediately just gets his fucking sex on.
Mr. Falcon.
And a blood vessel in his leg explodes. He goes to see his friend Wisely, who is also the reporter's cousin, and explains what has happened in Thailand. We then get another flashback to Yin doing some AIDS research while in Thailand, and he happens upon Bachu, who is a beautiful woman bathing naked. She runs off, and he follows her to the local tribe where they're preparing to sacrifice her. Yin intervenes and saves her from an ancient skeleton demon thing, but the tribe sorcerer kills his friends and casts a blood curse upon Yin. Bachu saves Yin by casting a bloody titty protection charm on him, and then she vanishes. Back in present day, Yin's other leg explodes. There are apparently 7 blood hexes, and they will burst every 24 hours. The final one will burst in his chest, killing him. Yin goes back to Thailand and meets the Black Dragon. The reporter follows and brings a lot of guns. Turns out the Thai mafia is also after Yin, and there's a big fight sequence. Another blood hex bursts. Yin and Black Dragon go to his tribe, where all of the children have mysteriously vanished. They deduce the evil sorcerer has captured them to perform a ghost nursing ritual, which requires the blood of 100 children. This creates a flying ghost child that sucks blood and kills all on its path, but it can only live for 3 years, so they got to do the thing every 3 years, of course. They go to save the kids, but run into Bachu, who has been cursed with a ghost face hex for saving Yin previously, and says they must find an ancient relic called a sorcerer. The reporter falls down a hole into the sorcerer's lair. Bachu's also taken. Yin and Black Dragon go to save him. They storm the temple, and all the kids have already been juiced, and their blood's used for the ghost child ritual thing, but they do save the 2 girls. Back at their camp, the reporter has been cursed with a black heart hex, and they have to bathe her in a bunch of animal blood. Wisely shows up and hooks up the animal blood for him. Black Dragon and Yin go back to find the Sareras, which are 2 golden glowing orbs in the eyes of an enormous Buddha statue. They climb it and battle a bunch of people. They get the Sarera, and Yin swallows one, and they have to get the other one back to Bachu within 2 hours before it expires. The sorcerer summons the great ancestor demon skeleton, and it transforms into a bat thing and tries to kill the reporter and Bachu. Black Dragon and Yin fight it. Then someone unleashes the ghost child demon thing, and it fights the ancestor bat thing for some reason. Then Yin shoots the ancestor demon with 2 rockets, and it explodes. They saved Bachu and the recorder, but it took so long that the Sorcerer has expired, and it can't fix Bachu's fucked up ghost face hex thing. But it's okay because Black Dragon loves her anyway. The reporter and Yin seem like they're finally going to get together, but then we are back at another fancy party somewhere in some time, and the reporter yet again cock blocks Yin and asks him to go find the abominable snowman with her, and he doesn't really seem into it. Then we're back at the original party where Dr. Nee is asked for yet another cool story, and he says, well, you're all just going to have to wait, motherfuckers, to see what Yin and Wisely get into next. Roll them credits!
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
They're all cowards.
Oh my God. I forgot about a lot of that.
I love that synopsis. I got to be honest with you.
Dude.
Yeah, that was pretty good, Bob. That was great. Actually.
A lot.
It was an action.
But I will say
it's review.
I would I remembered it, but like the expressions used to describe some of these things don't necessarily connect. Like that little worm guy, the giant sperm with the face thing. Yeah.
Whatever.
I was like, oh yeah, that thing was a thing.
Yeah. It looks like the Elmer was his name from Brain Damage, the creature from Brain Damage.
Yeah, kind of.
It looks kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But I'll tell you, my experience watching this was a little strange too, because I watched on Internet Archives, and the version I watched was like this dog shit, clearly like VHS transfer that ended like 45 minutes in, and I was like, what the fuck? This isn't even the full movie. And then Rob sent me like the full movie on Internet Archives, which I guess there was just 2 streams uploaded. So I started watching it there, and like the quality was better, but the subtitles were fucking nonsense on that one. Like the subtitles were much worse.
That's the one I watched. The subtitles were wacky. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the one. Whichever one Miles sent us.
I saw some. There was one where
dude, I can't find this.
Yeah. There was one subtitle where it's like, "Where is her?" or something like that, and I was like, okay, there's some real problems here.
It was understandable though.
No, I mean it was comprehensive. I was fully understood every word without fail. Just not altogether.
This is more. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. Miles kind of struck gold with his first
human lanterns.
Kung Fu pit with human lanterns, and it was swords and like fuel China, and
kind
they
of
were
a
like
slasher element too.
Yeah, flying around. Yeah, you had this killer who was creeping, who had like some really cool designs and stuff like that, and it was goofy and silly, but it was like a very interesting setting and stuff like that. And since then, he's been walking all high and mighty, I guess, all cocky, thinking I'm just gonna flood with some more. But this didn't even kind of like you. Not only is it not really horror, but it didn't feel. I mean, there's a lot of fighting in here, but at one point, dude's fighting some monks and pulls out a gun and just starts blasting. I mean, it feels just
I thought that was hilarious.
I also thought it was hilarious, but it felt more like an adventure film. Even like the kind of monsters. And I mean, the dude does the thing where you know, he opens up his chest and the worms fall out and stuff like that. And, you know, you got the monster at the end and the sorcerer.
Kids. Like, the skeleton.
They're juicing kids.
Get the juice now.
But a lot of the effects, they reminded me of something like, even though I never really kind of watched these shows, but, yeah, I've seen like clips of them of like the old, I think stuff like maybe Conan or something like the Barbarian, you know, like those old.
It's got Big Trouble,
like serial
and Little China
action
kind of
dramas.
vibes.
Yeah,
sure, but that's tongue in cheek, and I'm not 100% sure how tongue in cheek this is. I think it is to some extent, but not entirely. Like,
there's I think the first fight sequence to my eye anyway, it looked like they sped it up like artificially. So I think
they absolutely sped it up.
I think there's definitely some tongue in cheek stuff happening, especially just like the breakneck speed of this movie and like just the random non sequiturs. It's just like, here's a thing and here's a thing and here's a thing and here's a thing and here's a thing, and they don't really like explain it or like linger on any one thing. Like the mafia's after them and there's one fight scene and then the mafia fucks right off and you never hear about them ever again. So like, I don't know, just
and even shit. Like, what was it the one time where they're like, oh my god, like you're gonna die? Oh, it was the Yabos scene, because then she just randomly pulls a thing from her Yabos, and then he's got, and
crams
then
it in his mouth.
And then he's supposed to have like 1 year, but they just do a flash cut to a year later, or he's telling a story or whatever. And so the time
to him
of having 1 year doesn't even matter, because it's the very next scene where his fucking leg explodes again. They're like, oh, well, it's time to get it done again. It's been 1 year. And it's like, why you even got to put that detail in there then? Like, why is that even, you had 1 year? It's like, oh, and then the year's over and here we are again. We're back to it. Let me go back. Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck?
It's all very contrived, but I mean, it is. But like, I kind of felt that way about like Human Lanterns, and I felt that way about other movies. I'll be honest with you.
Boxer's Omen.
This is not a good movie, but like The Boxer's Omen, it's very spectacle driven, and a lot of the spectacle I did find enjoyment of. I laughed at quite a few times. At this, even watching it on my own and in not ideal conditions, considering the transfer was sucked, at least for half of it. So like, I don't know, like I don't feel quite as like resentful about this movie as you might, Juice, but like I don't know. Some of the things I really did like include the corpse man, like just like the main villain. Ooh, thumbs up. I loved him. He like, it's literally just a shambling fucking like classroom skeleton with a couple layers of Mod Podge on top and some glowing blue eyes. And but like the way they make him move kind of looks like he does carry weight when he flips people over and shit. Not well, but it sells enough to where I'm like, wow, that kind of worked. And then his face just like morphs into some other shit and cool, I don't know, stretches and shit. I really like that sort of shit, like the weird little effects, like one-off effects like that. I really enjoyed. As far as like the time jumps and I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would say the spectacle is like really all this movie has to offer. I think if you indulge in the wacky tobacco, smoking a huge blunt and then putting this on might be the best way to engage with it. But there's no real like characters or like plot development or like story arcs or subtext or it's like cinematic junk food. It's just like crazy visuals happening and you know there's a place for that,
but it's like the main character is just like self-assured and right 99% of the time. The only thing he does that isn't like manly man has it under control was him waiting a year and doing fuck all to solve his curse problem.
Just trying to get laid.
And there is a place for that, but not in movie review. It's like the people who do the food reviews of fucking KFC and Burger King and shit. I mean, it's just like
Review Bros doing the Lord's work. What do you mean?
But I'm just. It's like, when you don't have a real story to like follow along, it really is just all the spectacle. And here was my experience with it. I also did find it cool to kind of look at, but also too, this was just one of those movies where every 5 minutes felt like 30 minutes, because I would watch a scene and think like, something like cool was going on or something was interesting. I like the kind of like fantasy effect of it. It's just like the backgrounds, and the settings were cool, but like, seriously, like one whole scene would go by where they play something out, like the fight in the Buddha, let's just say, or whatever, and then it's over, and I would be like, oh, surely that was like 15 minutes, and it was like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, like I could only watch this movie in like 15-minute chunks because it seemed to just fucking drag, and so I had to watch this movie in like 4 different sittings. It's just like
every 15 minutes they cram in so much stuff it feels like a whole movie almost.
Yeah,
it's so just condensed.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, you're not wrong that they like, but like it had a different effect for me. The fact that things were moving so fucking quickly and shit was changing all the time kept me interested. I would much rather watch that than fucking mixed up zombies, teenage zombies or whatever.
Oh well,
because that was just like endless droning nothing, and this at least has like something new every few minutes. If you don't like what's happening, wait a few minutes and you'll be done. I didn't feel like it, like I didn't have to, I did like, obviously I had to pause it midway through because of the transfer issue. But aside from that, like I only had to like stop it a couple times and just for a few minutes, like I was able to power through this pretty easily. I didn't have that same issue, I guess, because it kept renewing itself every few minutes and kept doing some other insane shit. The fucking the dude's coffin starts chasing them around. Just the coffin, a box is chasing them around. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, it is wild, and it's got some. I will say this so these Hong Kong films, I like them a lot better than Italian films. Like if I had to choose between go Italian or go Hong Kong, I'm going Hong Kong every time, because you're like, it looks very interesting and it's quite funny a lot of the times in its absurdity, and as opposed to the one with the bug chick where she's like riding a bus and like doing fuck all phenomena. It's like at least some wild wacky shit that I've never seen before is happening, like boss busting with the bazooka at the end and just starts blasting. It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, but like in the realms of like review this horror film, and you're like, well, this is not horror. This is not. I'm not that we care, but I'm just saying it's like choosing a movie. Hey, I'm gonna make you guys watch a movie. It's like it's not a good pick, my guy. I'm sorry, but it's just like, come on, you got to do better than this.
Look, we have gone on the record as saying punish or pleasure us with your picks. So I mean, true. The man did what he did, and I think we've had a few movies that we have not liked recently that have led to pretty decent.
Dude, it's been 7 months. Starting with fucking Greasy Strangler, Wild Men, Elves, fucking Frankenstein's Army, and that was another one that we had to watch on some weird streaming bullshit. Elves didn't have like it was like a VHS rip or some shit.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
That was rough. That's probably the roughest of the bunch to me. But like the thing about it though is like, we're having good conversations around them, so I can kind of understand. Like, if that's your end goal is to hear us bitch and complain because it's entertaining to you, you know what? You got what you paid for. I can't hold it against you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold it against.
We offer a service.
Yeah, the Black Dragon kicks over a really nice Nutcracker collection, which I don't know if you guys caught that.
See, I didn't remember that.
That was
I don't remember that either.
There's too much that happens.
There's a random sexologist that has a brief conversation with our guy in this. The giant yellow inflatable like pillow thing that he uses to like lift the girl's car up. That is
speed racer shit. Dude, I love that.
I forgot about that. That was cool.
That girl is so out of control horny for Yin, and like.
She's out of control in a lot of ways.
The thing that like pushes her over the edge.
She assaults a cop in her first scene.
Yeah, she does.
The thing that pushes her over the edge, and she's like, fuck you, Yen. I'm gonna walk off and like stop following your dirty dick everywhere. As he says he's gonna like spank her and take pictures, which I feel like she should probably be into that if she's following
You're blowing
him
my mind, Frank.
to another country
Whoa.
and shit, which, you know. But apparently,
Yeah,
she's
I
like-
will say there's a lot of beautiful ladies in this film, so I appreciate that.
Some of them are cutting their yabos.
yeah.
I know.
Just
I was
for
a little
you.
conflicted about that, but overall, I ended on the positive. That's for
Six
positive.
midnight to 6. Just
Ah, still nice.
got that.
Getting dick whiplash over here.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it. I mean, your boy is in Thailand looking for an herbal cure for AIDS. That's noble, you know.
Dude, yeah. Also,
Sure.
I want to point this out. I think that you said, and I was confused about this too, which is why I want to like bring it up. But you said that he was he was posing as a doctor in that first scene. I think he just is a doctor. I think. I
think
I got confused about that too, because why would you call in a doctor to do espionage? I don't know. I didn't understand that, or
Like
why
a
would he be
James
known?
Bond?
Yeah.
That's what it
Dude,
seems like.
or
He's just like
or
good
like,
at everything. He's a doctor.
Indiana
He's also a secret agent.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
It's
think-
Indiana Jones as the professor and also as the fucking world adventurer.
And
It's that
James
sort
Bond.
of energy.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, I think he is an actual doc. But yeah, it's so easy to forget that because he's got a rocket launcher and shit. So like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
It's just one of those things. And every little black bag that every doctor has always has a rocket
Oh,
launcher.
yeah.
That's standard.
With two, you gotta have two rockets.
Well, yeah, you got
One is not enough. Everybody knows that.
That thing was
speaking
already
of
locked
medical-
and loaded on that second go around. It's ready to blast again.
Yeah. Yeah, he did not have to reload at all. It was video game logic.
Yeah, the little ghost sperm guy couldn't take it down, but Bazooka got him.
I was
But
confused why they were fighting each other. I didn't.
I think they fucking
It's like
rejiggered
Pokemon, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
You
oh,
like-
it's mine now.
They
Like,
put
we
it.
got
in
him. I thought he
Pokeball.
won. I thought, holy shit, the little baby sperm just like ripped the fucking main villain demon
Dude, his
apart.
face, dude. Those are the moments where I was like, okay, this is too much. The little sperm
Okay, this is a
guy, I
5-star
was like,
film.
Oh, okay, this is really pushing it over the edge here.
Yeah.
I did think the kitty juicer, the like giant mortar and pestle thing they have. That's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up. Like,
It was super.
I was like, oh
they
my
got one
God.
kid. They're like holding him in the arms. That shit's kind of cracking me up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, get in there, you little shit.
yeah, I need
was
your juice.
really- That was so fucking ridiculous. That's the part I was talking about where it's to me it seemed it seemed like it was a
Indiana Jones.
an Indiana Jones Temple of Doom situation.
Temple of
'Cause
the
they-
Doom.
Temple of the Dooms. You know, the Temple of the Dooms.
Symbol of the
The
dog.
Doom.
The dog.
Yeah.
Temple of the Dome.
And yeah, he's I don't know, he's just like shown up to parties half the time, you know,
I was a
swanky parties.
little confused at like because there's like two parties at the beginning and two parties at the end, and they look like they're at the same location, but it's hard to tell if they're happening at the same time or at different times. I know like the very bookend is the same time because the dude's telling a story and then they ask him
Yeah.
for another story, but like the
Oh,
two that are sort of
Oh.
in the middle,
Mm.
like I don't know what's going
This
on.
just strikes me as like it feels like it's a sequel in a long running series like a James Bond, but we just don't have any
Yeah.
prior knowledge of it. Doesn't it?
It does-
Like it
it
seems like
does
we
feel
should
like
already
that.
know who this character is so we can understand where it's subverting itself and where it's staying true
Yeah,
and where
well,
the fan service
It is like I
Yeah.
said, it's based on a series of books. Here, I'll read this little
Okay.
bit of trivia. I've only got this one bit of trivia. So the Seventh Curse is 1986 Hong Kong action horror film directed by, I'm not going to say it again, based on a novel series called Dr. Yin series. The film stars yada 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 yada. The protagonist Nee's Wisely series, who appears as the supporting character in the Dr. Yin series, while Nee serves as the film's narrator and making a brief appearance as himself. So he actually is the dude playing a writer in the movie is actually the dude that wrote these books, and I guess they are like an action adventure series that was I assume relatively well known back in 1986. So they're probably the audience watching this back then probably did already have an awareness of these characters on some level.
that makes it make a lot more sense to me. So just knowing that there's like some sort of framework that I'm not familiar with. It's like being
Sure.
dropped in the middle of like it's like watching a random episode of Zoo Ranger. This show.
It'd be like if the first James Bond film you ever watch without having any context about who the character is or what he does, and you watch him run across some alligators,
run across the crocodiles,
Yeah.
and fight Baron Samedi. Yeah, that's the one to watch.
Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. It feels like there's a lot of context for who this character is and how he operates, and I mean, you get it, you get the gist of it, but yeah, it just
feels like an alternate universe big series, and it kind of is because it's just from an era and place that we just can't have no priviness to. Privyness? We have no awareness.
I ain't got that
really.
priviness.
I'm not privy.
I ain't got no priviness. Just a negative for priviness.
But I do like how it's got this fantasy feel. That's why I was kind of thinking of something like a Conan or something like that. I don't know, just like those old Hercules shows or something like that.
High fantasy. A little bit. But with the modern 80s hero, secret agent, or cop hero action star as your lead. And
yeah, because then sometimes he's like
fucking rocket launch.
Yeah, because then sometimes he's like going in and taking down terrorists in the building or whatever, the mafia or whatever at the beginning of it. So it's a weird hodgepodge. It's like sometimes he's fucking Die Hard and sometimes he's fucking Hercules.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Perfect. Mr. Falcon. He gets force-fed some teeth at one point before the titty blood.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of things being forced into this dude's mouth. I don't know. People really want this boy's mouth filled.
If that's your kink, this bud's for you.
You know it is.
Oh my god.
But the old rusty gutter. I don't know what else. I keep going. You mentioned it before. In just like next week, if any scene from this movie pops up in my mind, I'm always going to be thinking like, oh, was that from what was not Human Lanterns, the other one, the Boxer's Omen. I'm just like, any scenes from both of these movies are just gonna be this weird mist in my mind where I'm never going to be able to associate which one is which, or like it had a very similar feel to that movie where it's like just some random shit would happen.
That was
some new opponent would show up.
That was more horror, I think. There's way more creatures and like gore effects and stuff.
But it still has like a mafia element too, didn't it? Like
I don't remember
criminal element. I think
maybe.
it did.
I just feel like they are both they're similar. This is like it's almost like a spectrum, right? Like I don't know. There's like these are variants. You've got Human Lanterns, which is like pretty grounded as far as it's the most grounded of the three that we've seen. Boxer's Omen was completely out there in a very like it was really like almost like Asian giallo. It felt like to me, and this feels like just like pure 80s action flick informed like money grab sort of movie with just the fucking shit thrown against the wall to see what works. So I don't know. It's not really, I guess a spectrum's the wrong word, but those are like the three categories I would place them in. That's what makes them different. But this one and Boxer's Omen, I think definitely do have like the visual flair that makes it more interesting to me. I would rather watch this. I would actually rather watch both of them than Human Lanterns again. Just like the sheer spectacle of them is much better for me. Yeah. I'm not to say that they're better movies. Like I don't think they are, but
I think Human Lanterns definitely
this one in particular
for sure.
Me too.
This one in particular,
it's
this is a level of trashiness
to follow what happens. Like at least it has a cohesive story.
I'm not that interested in following.
Look at the back of this box here. Boss holding the rocket launcher.
There you go.
Dude, the art is better than
the art's cool. Yeah,
pretty sick. That's how Vinegar
That's
Syndrome
the thing,
gets
though. It's like I feel because in any given moment, if you called me up and said, "Hey, you're watching this movie. How is it?" I'd be like, "What I'm seeing right now is pretty cool. What's happening right now in a moment is always pretty cool and interesting." But it keeps going to something new. It's just too overwhelming. It's like eating a fucking spoonful of sugar that also has marshmallows and sprinkles and fucking chocolate syrup and it's just like it's too goddamn much. It's too much.
Put it in my mouth.
I I think that we just have a fundamental difference in what we're looking for out of a movie. Like, it's to me, like, or out of this kind of movie, I'm not like Human Lanterns. I will sit down and watch Human Lanterns. If I put this on, if I were Boxer's Omen, but this in particular, I would put on and just like let it roll, have a drink, not pay that close of attention, and every second that I happen to turn and look at the screen, I'm gonna find something that's gonna make me laugh or be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like one of those things is gonna be happening. Or I'll something comment worthy in the moment. I don't know. To me, I find more value in rewatchability for these films in that sort of way, that sort of approach.
I would
guess.
never think
I need
to
a
put
trash
this on
level.
again.
You could hit the fog hog, Randy, and then blaze a huge patty, and then listen
I
to
sure could.
Pearl Jam on 11 or something.
Yeah.
That's not the choice I would make, but okay.
Jam on 11.
Jeremy spoke today.
90s grunge is not what I imagine pairing well with
Yeah,
this, but okay.
Yeah, get that rocket launcher out.
Hey, little ghost demon baby eating the demon.
Tit blood.
Oh my lord. Oof. I did appreciate the Yabos though. I will say it really made the pill go down easy.
They were
Did
rock solid, yeah.
Did it unlock a new kink for you there?
No.
So
I
it's
already-
an old
Did you suddenly
kink
discover that
already.
you like Yabos?
I already liked Yabos, Bob.
No, the blood and
whoa.
the blood being crammed into your mouth and
I did. I was watching that and she just like takes off her robe and I was like, all right, yeah. And then she just
5
cuts her
stars.
Yabos open and I was like, whoa.
0 stars.
Then she pulls out the rock and it's all blood and she like stuffs it in his mouth and I was like, okay.
To save my life, fine, but don't do that. Don't do that again.
I'll try anything once, but I think that's enough.
I'm a very
I'll try
open-minded
anything
individual,
3
so
times, but after that I
have to draw a line somewhere.
3 to 5 times. I'll give it a whirl.
I'll do anything 3 to 5 times, but after that I'll
Unless
have
you
to
ask
evaluate.
again, and then I'll probably go for it.
Yeah. But that's
dude-
it. Until the next
This
time.
Yin motherfucker is a thirsty boy, though, for real. Good lord.
Yeah, get after it, though.
I mean,
Everyone's
because-
looking clean in this movie, though. I will say,
Horny
It's got
and
those
capable are the only two things he does.
That's true,
in
yeah.
this movie.
For a movie that's made in the 80s, you could pluck this dude out and throw him in the streets of Seoul, and he'd still be swimming in the Yabos.
Yeah.
His style is on point.
Dirty disco kitty!
He is a hootie tootie disco cutie. I love the Black Dragon's like, hey man, you got to stay away from girls or else your shit's just going to start exploding. And the second
He's
he
like,
leaves,
nah.
he's like, balls deep.
Your shit's just gonna and
Leg explodes.
the form the curse takes.
It was
Can we
worth
talk
it.
about that for a second? Where the blood vessels are just popping because they just had
And
squibs to use.
It's
That's
kind
it.
of cool though because it's under his clothes. It's just like an explosion in his pants.
Yeah, it just and the last one,
Yeah,
it's
it
so
is.
funny to me because the last one you just like kind of goes like, oh, the other one just went off. It was
Yeah.
really light this time. like making excuses for clearly not having enough squibs on hand or some shit.
It just
Like,
didn't work.
I thought that was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. Like, oh yeah, just off camera, a bunch of stuff happened. Let me explain it to you,
My God.
my shit blew up. Don't worry about it.
dude. And like, just what a weird form for the curse to take. It's all such a contrivance to clearly to justify using like a very basic tool that they just had on hand. Like,
Yeah.
I love that's the thing. I like the cheap crappiness factor of this.
This cheap piece of shit. I just really love it.
I don't know. There's something kind of fun about it.
Yeah, it's fun because it's a piece
Punish
of
me.
shit. Randy unlocked a new kink.
Punish my eyes.
I pissed and I shit my pants.
Nice.
Right on, brother. And then you just sit in it real
Any other
hard
questions,
so
or-
that nobody can smell it. The harder you sit, the better you are.
You just cover it with the ass cheeks, you know.
Who put this shit in my pants?
Who put this here? Somebody shat my pants.
Oops, you shat my pants.
Nobody leaves until we find out who shit in my pants.
All right.
Got a hodgepodge going here.
Oh,
We sure do.
Old jokes.
This is just like train of thought. This makes less sense than the movie. That's saying something.
Yeah, we've got a lot of short episodes these days. Blame the pickers.
Let's rate this thing out of 5. I think we're just circling the old toilet bowl here.
Oh, God.
Ray and Diesel, kick us off. How do you feel out of 5?
It's a tough call because this is certainly not a good movie. I don't think that it's high quality or anything like that. But I don't know. I gave Boxer's Omen a 3. I gave Human Lanterns a 3.25. You gave it a 3 as well.
Really? Boxer's Omen?
Yeah.
Juice?
Damn. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember anything hardly about that film.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
I'm all upset over here fucking loves the Boxer's Omen.
I got what?
Also,
3 is
you also
low.
gave a 3 to Human Lanterns.
It's probably had Diablos in it. That's why.
I don't know. I feel like it has to be lower than those two, even though I think, like I was saying, the trashiness of this makes it stand out in my mind a little bit more as something kind of like fun and silly and frivolous and pointless. And like you said, Juice, like it's like sugar on sugar on sugar, but like I'm down for that. Like as I've said many times, like sometimes I want, when it comes to flavors, I want my senses to be assaulted a little bit. I want to have it a little too salty and a little too sweet.
And
this gives me a little of that.
Assault
what's that?
my senses.
Assault me. Anyway, no, this is just a silly, frivolous movie that I kind of enjoy. So it's kind of tough. I think that I'm just gonna go down the middle. Well, not quite. I'll go a little above down the middle. I'm gonna go 2.75. It's a little bit less quality of it's a lot less quality of a movie than Human Lanterns, and a little bit less than Boxer's Omen. But I just kind of like it. I kind of like it a little bit. It's not one I'm going to rush to see again, but if I had to choose one of these 3 to watch tomorrow, it would be this one.
All right. Juice, what about you?
Well, I am quite surprised to find that I rated Boxer's Omen at a 3 because it doesn't look positively in my mind, and I can't remember anything about it. Honestly, I couldn't put a scene out in my mind, honestly. But this movie, like I said, in any given moment, it was pretty fun and entertaining, but I would immediately look at the clock and groan and be like, God, or look at how much time was left and be like, God damn it. Every time, dude, seriously, it took me like 4 days to watch this movie. And it's the same reason I've said it again and again. It's the same reason, there's so many people out there who love like anime, and I just can't get past and this happens and it doesn't matter. Nothing matters because the next line of dialogue is going to change the stakes or change the rules or change, the overall story. It's constantly doesn't matter. So it feels like nothing has any like real stakes or weight or anything because we just change it with like one line of dialogue 5 minutes later. So fuck it, But so the dialogue is garbage and the storyline is garbage. But the visuals are cool and it is somewhat entertaining. And I did like some of the background, but like this is not horror. Even with the kids getting like juiced down, like that shit was just kind of funny to me. They had the kid by his arms and like, put him in the juicer, the stone smushers.
Just gingerly placing him in there.
Yeah, and he's not fighting at all.
It's like a dad putting his kid into like a swing set seat.
But I did appreciate the Yabos, beautiful ladies, beautiful people in this movie. Some funny kind of action. Like if this was just like, I don't know, if I didn't have to review this or like think about it, like that's the thing. It's like we're doing a movie review podcast, so I have to think about it. If it was just like somebody had it on, I'd probably have a much more positive experience. But when you have to like fill a minimum of an hour and a half and like think of some things to talk about it, then it's like a real like burden pain in the ass, honestly.
Man, that sucks!
It does fucking suck. Especially when you gotta do it for like 7 months straight. So yeah, I'll give this movie like 1.5 and then half star for the Yapo. So 2.
A 2.
Bob, out of 5, where are you gonna rate this movie?
It is. I'm going right down the middle with a 2.5, purely for the spectacle. It is candy for your eyeballs, but not candy for your brain balls. So
my brain balls.
You got something.
Don't you besmirch my brain balls. Don't limit my brain balls capabilities, my guy.
I'm gonna kick you in your brain balls. It's got something to look at. It's pretty. Yeah, smoke a huge blunt and put it on, I guess. I think that's the best way to go about it. That's about it, though. 2.5 right down the middle. Oh yeah, I got to do math. I was just like running my mouth and not doing math. And
you got a 2.75.
2.4 aggregate from the Straight Chillin' crew. So whenever you guys do pick a movie for us to review on the show, you are welcome to send over an email or a voicemail with your own thoughts and ratings. And Shaboy Miles sent over a voicemail. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Quick pause. There, I'm having a technical issue here.
Oh, shit.
The boys are here to play.
All right, let me try it again.
We still got 4 months before football season kicks off, though, Bob.
What's going on, guys?
Okay, all right, there it is. All right. Well, that means nothing to me, but I'm sure you guys are excited. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna hit the play.
What's going on, guys? This is Miles. I'm redoing my review. You can play this one. Don't play the other one. The voicemail intro threw me off, and I couldn't get my thoughts together, which is funny because I knew it was coming too. I knew it would change, but it's pretty fucking funny. So good job on that. But yeah, you guys are reviewing The Seventh Curse this week, which is my pick. Another Hong Kong film. This is the third Hong Kong film that I've picked for you guys. Now this one is Golden Harvest. The production studio, this is not Shaw Brothers. So Golden Harvest is actually the main rival to Shaw Brothers. It kind of was an offshoot from some people from Shaw Brothers. Ended up founding it, and but yeah, y'all probably get into that in the review or not. But yeah, Golden Harvest. It's the other big production company from that time in Hong Kong. But yeah, I love this movie. It's for people with ADHD because there is always some shit going on. You cannot say this movie is ever boring for a second. If you look at your phone or go to the bathroom, you're going to miss some insane shit. It's got everything in it. It has crazy action scenes. It has crazy stunts where you're not sure if people who were filming it actually got murdered. It's got yabos. It's got gore and crazy practical effects. Not much in the way of narrative weight or thematic weight, that is. But whatever. You can't have everything. But it's kind of everything that's interesting about kind of more extreme Hong Kong cinema in like one movie. It's got basically everything in it. The cast has got a who's who of all the famous actors in that part of the world from this time. Yeah, and I really like this director. I've seen 3 of his movies. They're all very unhinged. I actually reviewed, and I was on our buddy G Baby's podcast, Waxing the Porpoise. We reviewed his other movie, Ricky-O, the story of Ricky. So if you like this movie, check that out. It's not horror like this one. It's definitely more of action movie like martial arts, but it's more gory, if you can believe that. But yeah, I like this movie. 4 out of 5 for me. It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like, kind of out there wacky shit, check it out. But yeah, appreciate reviewing it again, and you guys take it easy.
It's not horror like this movie.
Ricky-O is like fun.
It's a well-loved movie. I haven't seen it, but I know that's like that's a huge one.
There's another like human juicer in that. Actually,
oh damn,
it's a real trope. Okay,
it's a pretty fun movie. Actually, it's
I don't know, man.
Damn, 4 out of 5. Whoa.
Yeah, definitely a martial arts movie, but I mean, he's like ripping people's limbs off. I mean, there's just blood everywhere.
We needed to have a Hong Kong fan on as a guest because when I hear Miles talk about
Jose,
it, I know,
but he couldn't do it. Unfortunately, he probably would have balanced us out a little bit.
Well, I just feel I feel like I could have been convinced to give it a higher rating than I did just by hearing Miles talk about what he liked about it. Because like, yeah, I kind of like all those things too. I don't know. I know. I know that it's all in ink or in blood now, so it can't be changed.
Rating, give it a 5-star. Give it a 5-star.
I'm gonna give it a 5-star.
Give it a
no.
Give it a 5-star.
I would probably give it a 3.
You could give it a 5.
I like it like I like Boxer's Omen, but for different reasons.
I'm just gonna talk like this for every bad movie review that everybody makes us do.
Dude, that would probably incentivize people to pick horrible.
If you just want to hear me talk like this,
I think that would.
2 hours
I
straight.
gotta think they would not incentivize anybody to do anything except turn us off.
Movies. It's your boy Soju. Fuck you.
They just cheated us.
Sorry, Miles. Sorry, dog. Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Thanks for picking a flick and for supporting us.
Thanks for supporting me. I always support someone supporting me.
Yeah.
Morally support somebody supporting me financially. That's the truth.
I always support someone supporting me with funds. Always.
Totally.
Nice. Good idea.
Let's jump into our Rotten Tomatoes segment and see what the critics and users have to say about The Seventh Curse.
Certified. Dead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I have these gentlemen guess within the best of their abilities what the aggregate positive score is on RottenTomatoes.com for both critics and users, usually. However, today is one of those occasions where we don't quite have quite have the juice, as it were.
What?
There are
as far
Get the juice now.
Have enough information for us to cover.
There are no critic reviews listed here.
It's almost like a kid's stream.
Hero.
What? Are you kidding me with that?
Oh my god!
You want to kill a Nazi?
Yeah.
There is, however, a popcorn meter, a user rating, a poopometer. There's one of those. There's 100+ ratings here. So keep that in mind as I get you guys to guess your aggregate positive scores here. Rob, I'm going to start with you today. Out of those 100+ ratings, what do you think's their positive split?
This is such a wild movie. I don't think it's going to be very high. How low am I going to go? I know the anticipation's killing everybody who's listening.
I know we're padding, but Jesus.
I'll take a 45.
45. Oh my God, that last syllable took forever. All right, Soju, you going under? You going over? What are you doing?
I have more faith than Bob that people just like wacky things. So I'm going to take the over. I'm going to go 55.
55. Well, gentlemen, one of you is just a single percentage point away from glory. One of you. The actual correct answer would have been 54%. Soju is just off kilter a little here.
Just
well done.
a scotch. Honestly, I thought it'd be higher than that. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of thought it'd be higher than that.
Yeah, well, I could see it kind of going any direction, especially with that low number of reviews. It's kind of.
How many films are in this storyline with this character or whatever? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I don't know. You think we did research for this? Fuck that.
I tried to look up some stuff. There's not a lot of information out there that I could find.
If it's like a James Bond.
I'm not listening to your rules.
I am not listening to your hell yeah, Bob.
There it is.
To your rose.
Your rose,
Your
hell yeah. Hell yeah, Bob. Oh, that's, hey, Bob, that's a hell yeah.
It's almost like you can't stream it nowhere.
I can't find this movie nowhere, Bob. I gotta watch it on a tiny
All right.
little box.
Tell me more about your little box. All right, yeah, I don't know. There's only a handful of like written reviews here. None of them are super negative. So I just say we move right on from this Rotten Tomatoes.
Let's just
segment.
move right on.
Let's just zoom right past it.
Let's just move on to next week.
There, like I said, I really couldn't find any trivia on this, so let's roll right into our Cooter.
Well, we're just gonna keep rolling on.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice, what is a Cooter and why do we hunt them?
Oh, well, Bob, the Cooter's character type and straight chillin' exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 Ds 5 points, be considered Cooter. We want the Cooter with the most points. 5 points, Cooter them on. Sexual deviance.
We are professionals.
Randy had enough. Sexual deviance. Manipulation, smug arrogance, overall looking attire, and overall patheticness.
We're just normal men.
We're normal men.
This is what normal looks like, ladies.
This is what normal. This is what peak normal looks like here, boys.
Peak. We're
This is
peaking.
what white bread men look like.
I'm living in a nightmare.
Yes, they've broken us. They've broken my boys. What are we, Cooter? Who is it?
What are we, Cooter? What are we, Cooter?
The sorcerer Meng.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He
I don't
juiced
even
some
remember.
kids.
Did he?
Juiced some kids.
Can't remember if
Kids
that was
wanna
him
get
or not.
juiced.
He tried to
He's pretty
sacrifice some ladies.
smug.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He did something to that dude. I can't remember what he did to make the worms pour out of him. Didn't he feed him something? Or
He's putting stuff in people's mouths a lot, yeah.
yeah, and they explode with worms. Looking attire, it's kind of wacky looking. White face. That's racist, right?
Racist against the whites. They're all very offended. I don't know. I think that he's kind of pathetic the way he goes out because I don't remember exactly the circumstances, but like
I remember what happens to him.
He does something, like something goes sideways for him a little bit, and he's about to like, and he's about to like put in the work of fighting our guy or whatever, and then Mr. Body, Mr. Corpse Bones, jumps out of his crypt and just drags him in or some shit. He immediately gets murked by his own boss.
He gets knocked onto the coffin where he poured the blood, and then the skeleton grabs him. Right? Is that
he gets grabbed?
Is that where he dies?
I think so. Am I right?
Honestly, can't remember. Honestly, cannot remember.
Well, look, he goes out.
It doesn't matter. No, it just doesn't really. So you just
Can't remember.
Nobody gives a fuck.
He dies.
Nobody gives a fuck.
I think he's a Cooter. He's the one fucking up everybody's shit. So
I think our lead guy could be a little bit of a Cooter. I mean, he's at least he's very sex
give him
positive
looking
man.
attire. We're all sex positive, Randy.
Not me. Sex is bad.
Randy's very sex negative.
Okay.
I'm very negative towards sex. I'm very sex negative in that my sex is very bad.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, well,
Do you not know
that's
how
how we
to
like it.
use
Yes,
this?
that's what a boy likes.
That's what a boy. I like being bad.
I like being bad at sex. It's the best. No,
It's supposed to be bad. I'm trying.
Nobody's supposed to enjoy this, right?
look, everybody needs a bar, and I'm here to provide the bar.
Don't you dare enjoy this.
No.
I know it's bad. Don't pretend like you like it.
Yep, I'm a Cenobite about that shit. You hate it, which makes me love it.
I have.
What are we talking about?
Sight.
What the fuck is this? Where do we go?
No.
It's the sorcerer.
Do we go back to the high voice skit bit thing? That was
Randy's
pretty good,
favorite joke.
That does not qualify as a skit. A bit sure.
We just go back to the high voice. You got nothing to say at all.
Well,
Don't touch that
man?
knob.
What's
You need
I'm
to hear
just,
this.
I'm just talking a high voice. Okay,
my goodness.
it's the dude. We got
It's
him.
the dude.
We got
the girl kind of does too, actually. The
Sorcerer.
reporter girl. God, she's
Yeah, okay, let's go to her. She's
kind of psychotic.
She's psychotic. So manipulation. She knocks that lady out at the beginning and like steals her
what the
costume and totally fucks up like the operation.
Yeah. I was like,
Christ.
okay, so what? She's another espionage agent of some kind that's doing some subterfuge. No, she's just trying to
She
get a fucking photo
introduces
of him with his
herself
dick.
as a reporter. They won't let her in the crime scene or whatever.
I didn't realize she was the same person at that point. I was still
Randy.
trying to figure out what was going on.
That's that
never
Hong
did.
Kong hog.
Never did.
Oh yeah, who does that?
Hong Kong, you know, just wants it.
He hangs wang, they say.
Oh, Randy.
Anyway, it's manipulation, probably sexual deviance, and smug arrogance. Boom, Booker.
Yeah.
Got her.
Booker.
Yeah. Until he says that he's gonna spank her, and then she's not into that. She wasn't into that.
No, she is. She's just playing hard to get, Bob.
That's some
I mean, I guess
dangerous thinking.
Yeah, really
Let's
rolling
not.
the dice on that one.
Next week we have Andrew Tate on, and we're going to be talking about the feminine wiles.
Oh, boys, that'd be fucked up.
That's plausible. That's really gonna.
Oh,
happen.
that's where the money is. If we ever start hosting
You
manosphere
want to make it
dicks,
big,
then
don't you, Bob?
I think,
Don't you want this podcast to be successful?
Come on, Rob, sell that soul. You're not using it.
No, I don't.
I don't. I've been trying to keep it unsuccessful.
And I don't want to make it there anymore.
I'm not listening to y'all rose.
Oh, we're
That
back
is
at the high pitch. Here we
So
go.
much fun to say. Rose. Hey, let's talk about what we've been watching this week.
Let's do that.
Hey gang, what you been watching?
Rand Diesel, what else you been watching?
You know, it's another kind of light week. I don't know. I'm just not had a lot going on. A lot of time.
Stop
movie
living
time
your
going.
life.
I know it's fucking stupid of me.
Watch
But
things.
the things I have been watching are Righteous Gemstones. I'm caught up. So like I think we got one more episode in the series, right?
Yeah, it just
Or
ended
maybe
last
it came
night.
out this week.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, again did this week. Okay, so I haven't seen that yet, but I'm not super hot on this season, to be honest with you. It's
okay.
a little
Yeah, it's
forgettable. Some good moments though. BJ is hilarious as always, and yeah, that couple is the best. Anyway, it's fine. The Rehearsal. I've watched the first two, but not the third episode of The Rehearsal. That show, I don't even know how to fucking describe that show. It is too high concept for words. I don't, and
It's
also
insane.
stupid, and
Yeah.
also smart. And
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
yeah.
Did you see the newest one yet, Bob? Or have you only-
I started
Yeah.
watching it.
I haven't seen the newest.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I just saw the first two as well.
Oh yeah.
it's
okay.
wild.
Yeah, I saw the first. Yeah, man.
There's
the fucking
nothing
Paramount
else like
Plus
it.
stuff made me
right. Yeah.
laugh a lot. Holy shit. Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know. What is there to say about that? We'll find out.
Just watch
and then
watch the show if you're not. It's good.
Yeah. The last thing I'll bring up, the last thing I have on my list anyway, is a movie that I think you said you saw, Rob, but I don't remember if you liked it or not, called Y2K. The
I
Kyle
have seen
Mooney
that.
movie.
Yeah.
What was your take on that? Because
I think.
Did you like
it's-
it?
I think it's like not really a good movie, but I had a really fun time watching it.
Okay, that makes sense. I remembered you liking it a lot, and I was like, I don't like this. Like I was kind of expecting to like it more than I did based on what I remembered you saying, which was very little, but it was skewed positive. That makes sense to me though, because it's like very by numbers. And so in story, it's like, I don't know. I kind of want it to lean into its more like absurdist aspects. The Kyle Mooney character is the best part of that movie. And like all the more ridiculous it is, the funnier it is, and the more fun it is. When it tries to do like the super bad thing with the characters or whatever, like it's trying to build the characters into something bigger. And I respect that. I understand the impulse, and like under like most circumstances, I would say that's a good thing. But it just kind of nets out to very like forgettable characters, I feel like, and forgettable, storyline. The things that make it work are like A, nostalgia, first and foremost, and second, and B, like absurdism, like the silliness of it. Like the sillier it gets, the better. But it gets kind of like weirdly muddled at the end. I did not particularly. I understood it was a choice, but I did not particularly care for how they like visualized the computer happenings. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little split on it.
It's not one that I would like heavily recommend, but I think if you grew up, around the time we did, the early 2000s, the nostalgia factor is fun, and there's a handful of jokes.
I think without that, you're not going to like it.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so at all. If you don't give a shit about early 2000s culture, then skip it for sure.
Yeah. Wes Borland's in it though, so that's interesting.
Whoa, that's your boy, Bob.
That's Bob's
boy.
Mine. That's my boy.
Mine.
Yeah, that's all I got. Soji, what about you? What have you been watching? What been watching?
I moved this week, so I have not had a lot of time, but I did start watching something. Haven't finished it yet. About halfway through that new movie that was, I think, directed by Flying Lotus called Ash. I've been meaning they came out maybe 2 weeks ago, I think, on Shudder or something like that, right?
I didn't realize it had distributed already.
It's not on Shudder yet. It was in theaters. It got like a limited theatrical release, but it's not on Shudder yet. I don't think.
Oh, shit. It's coming to Shudder though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll double check.
It's not even streaming.
Oh, well, then I definitely watched it legally.
Absolutely.
I'm the Joker, baby.
But anyways, like I said, I've only watched half of it, but it's got Aaron Paul in it, and wait, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Mine is, yeah. And it's a sci-fi. It's kind of, it's kind of reminded me of so far. It's got a lot of style. It's kind of reminded me of a mesh up between something like Event Horizon and Possessor, where it's kind of like a mind fuck, very stylized. You're dealing with like some memory loss and some untrustworthy like characters, and like you don't really know what's going down, and you're in this like very strange setting and stuff. And so but it's pretty cool. It's like really intriguing so far. I'm really excited to see where it ends up. But yeah, it seems it's very stylized. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I've been watching. Bob, what you been watching, my guy?
Handful of things. We went to the theater twice actually this weekend. I saw Thunderbolts, the new Marvel picture.
What's your opinion?
I liked it. It was fun.
Oh, that's surprising.
It totally did not suck.
But you love that guy who's in Stranger Things.
David Harbour. I do like him a lot.
Yeah, you love that guy.
I think it's really funny in this. This is definitely like Florence Pugh carrying a large portion of the movie, but it's an ensemble cast, Wyatt Russell's in there doing his thing.
Him.
He plays a really unlikable character in this, and I think that fits him so well. So like I really don't mind him in this because I think he's doing what he probably does best. The villain was like felt kind of different and like interesting, which you almost never say about a Marvel movie. It was a good time though. It didn't like absolutely blow my mind, but
cool.
It checked all the boxes
nice to hear.
that I would want a Marvel movie to check. So good stuff. Also watched Until Dawn, which is that new horror movie based on the video game that was like wildly popular. And I know like a little bit about the game. I went with our friends Brad and David, and they both played the hell out of the game. So I was able to like pick their brains about what was similar and what they had changed. And it seems like they had changed a whole hell of a lot, actually. So the way the movie works is these characters are looking for this one girl's sister who went to this small town and disappeared, and they show up at this welcome center, and they just relive the same night over and over again. And each night there's like a new evil thing trying to murder them, and they just keep dying and waking up in the same place. So
Groundhog Day, huh?
Kind of, yeah. Apparently the game
Popular format.
mechanic does not work that way at all, which is interesting.
That's a weird choice, then.
And the game is also set at this like snowy ski resort type thing, and this is just like a small town in the middle of nowhere, no snow or anything. So it's like a different setting. From what I understand, the game is like fairly cinematic too. It was co-written by Larry Fessenden, and like they cast all these like really well-known voice actors, like, and I don't think they used any of them in the movie that I know of, except maybe there was one doctor I think they may have used actually. So it's just like, it seems like the movie was written already and they just were like, let's write another one and not use the wildly successful story that everybody already knows.
Who makes these decisions and who approves them?
I just don't know, man. This movie was a snooze fest though. I gotta be honest. All three of us
so weird.
Were like fighting to just stay awake. It was just boring as fuck.
Damn.
The director was abusing the hell out of the jump scare, like just hammering you in the face with it. And it was just, it got annoying. I was like, with the loud stabs and like, Jesus Christ, dude, like you got to switch it up. You can't just
Sounds
keep
like they need some tariffs to teach them some lessons.
I don't whip them into shape.
God damn.
And there's like I don't understand. Nothing is ever really explained. Nothing seems to matter. And like, there's a couple things that they just tell you and you're like, okay. Like I literally never would have connected those dots if you didn't just tell. They don't show you any of this. Like I feel like I can't say it because it's a bit of a spoiler. So if people want to see it, I don't want to totally ruin it. But it's just like nothing matters, and then it doesn't make like why the night keeps starting over. Like nobody fucking cares. Like who the fuck knows? I don't know. It just was not for me. Didn't like it.
Oh no.
What else did I watch? The new season of Black Mirror. I started that. I got the first 3 episodes of that in. Solid stuff. The first episode really just kicks you in the teeth. It is upsetting. Good shit though so far. Really
wonderful. That's why I stopped watching that, because that just show was too much of a bummer.
Dude, it's a bummer. It's still a bummer. It'll bum you out.
It's a bummer, man.
They'll definitely do that. But that's really good. Joe Bob, of course. Watched that on Friday. And that City of the Dead, like I said, from 1960 is a black and white movie about witches, witchcraft. Really solid, honestly. I just didn't know anything about it. Really, really solid movie. Recommend checking that out. With Joe Bob's commentary, of course, gives you the background.
This happened to him earlier. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Y'all here?
You froze, yeah.
You ghosted. Okay, yeah. But that's pretty much all I've been watching. That's it.
All right.
We do have one voicemail, so let's go ahead and get into our Hotline Screams.
Hotline Scream.
If you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, you can hit us up at 904-638-3231. We're going to hear from Shaboy Mike. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Oh, what's up, Straight Chilling? It's Mike from New York again. Last time I called, I talked about how I shit my pants after passing out in front of my future wife. She has some rebuttals about that. We were dating for a while, and to be fair, she was on the phone with her brother-in-law while I was passed out. So she cared. But anyways, I'm just sitting here tonight, had a couple beers, and I'm watching Dead City, The Walking Dead, and I'm just wondering, like, what do you guys think about The Walking Dead? Because it's been a long, very long, drawn out saga. And it was hard to get through. I have to admit, I almost stopped a few times. But I'm watching Dead City, and this is good. And maybe it's just because, like, where we live in New York, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he lives very close to us. I've seen him in town a bunch of times. He's a very cool dude. But Dead City's good. I was just wondering what you guys think about it. And also, I just want to give a shout out to Hydraberg, because that dude is the coolest. And Hydraberg, if you're listening and you're ever down in like the Red Hook Rhinebeck area, you know, like 45 minutes south of Albany, hit me up, man. Hang out, get coffee or beer or whatever. But yeah, I'm just wondering what you guys think about this, because it's pretty fucking good after, what are we going on, 12, 13 years of this shit? So yeah, yeah, that's about it. All right, later.
I love that we have a missed connections thing happening.
Did he say why he liked Hydraberg so much? Did I miss that?
He's got a
He's just a cool dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I mean, all right.
Yeah, but he just heard him on the show. I'm sure.
Okay.
I think he probably. I think the thing he likes best about him is probably his functioning kidney. That could be.
He's just a bro seeking a bro, dog. That's all that is.
So I looked this up. The first season of Walking Dead premiered on Halloween 2010. So you're pushing 15 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
15.
Too.
And I also did.
We were at Fest. I was at Fest.
No, I was
watching in a
home
hotel
alone
in-
like a
in
loser, but had a huge boner over it.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I just looked this up. So this says the Walking Dead franchise includes several television series set in the same post-apocalyptic zombie world. Okay, these are all I didn't know this. I don't know how accurate this is, but The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, Tales of the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead Dead City, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, and The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live. Jesus Christ. Like, I have seen 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. So it has been 12
Some of those are internet shows, I know, like internet shorts.
Well, a lot of them
but
aren't, though.
I think
like-
most of them are show. Like at
Most
least
of them
5
aren't.
are shows, yeah. But
I honestly
I think we
weren't there
all
movies too?
never
Like,
even
wasn't there-
heard of
I don't-
Dead City.
I think they are
don't even know what
making.
that is.
I think they are making movies. I think we all gave up on it, right? I think I made it through the season 4 of The Walking Dead. And
I don't think I made it that
I saw
far.
Terminus. I saw Terminus, and then
Yeah.
I gave up.
I didn't make it to like the whole. I remember when like the Negan showed up, and it was like,
Yeah,
I
Negan I never saw him.
I never saw it.
Yeah,
They were in a
that's-
city. They were in a
We
city.
watched it pretty religiously as a group,
At
like
first.
three of us.
Suburb.
Yeah,
we all
Rick
got
was
together.
the sheriff or something of the little city, and
Rickety and Jack. We watched it.
Michonne with the she was the
sword,
sheriff
katanas.
too. I think deputy. That's where I dropped.
Yeah,
Shane.
it was a
Yeah,
lot of
no, I
fun
mean-
at first, but it feels very recycled, and it definitely
Dude,
got to a
that's
point
yeah.
where it felt like they were afraid to kill anybody, so that the stakes kind of plummeted, and we kind of got bored and checked out. But it's cool to hear at least one of the spinoffs is solid. I don't think any of us has seen any of those spinoffs though. So
I've heard
Yeah, I mean,
somebody
talking
say
about
they
not
love
having
all of
stakes,
those.
Maggie, who is from like season 2, right? Maggie, she's at the farm. She's in this. So for 13 years, 14 years straight, like nothing's going to happen to Maggie, apparently. Like, damn.
Well, a lot of characters like disappear for a while. I think she's one of them, and like disappear from the show. I know that like Rick disappeared, and one of those series is his return.
Daryl
to the show.
the Daryl show,
Yeah.
he like fucks off to Paris, I think, or something.
Yeah, he's like across the pond somewhere. I don't know. I know very little about what's happening now, but like Bob said, like it was one of those things where it's like the diminishing returns started becoming really apparent. It's like, okay, this just feels like the same
Like a
parable
soap
over and over and
opera.
over again, and I just don't feel like putting in the work, the time, the effort to get to what might be an okay nugget. Panning for gold is not my cup of tea. You got to bring the heat consistently.
Bring
for
me
that
the gold,
level of involvement.
says Randy.
Like I'm not
I
watching
want the
Doctor
gold.
Who.
Give me the gold.
Because if I don't like 3 episodes of Doctor Who in a row, I'm not going to keep watching it, and I haven't watched it for that reason because I did not see more than 1 episode I liked out of 3. So I don't know. It's that sort of thing. You're going to have a long run show. I'm not investing hours and hours and hours of my life into it on the hopes that some of them are acceptable to me.
Oh, big man
Same,
Randy
same.
over here just doesn't give a fuck. Apparently, okay.
I understand they got a cash
Okay,
cow, and when
Randy.
Breaking Bad went away, they had nothing fucking else at AMC for a long time. But I gotta say, I'd rather watch Kevin Can Fuck Himself, which was on AMC. That
Oh.
show.
Wait, what did you say? Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I know.
After
I thought
it
Breaking
ended.
Bad came out after this.
Oh no, it came out before this and ended while concurrently with it at some
Oh,
point.
I see. Oh, well, okay, so Breaking Bad started January 2008, so just 2 years before Walking Dead started.
Like on a long enough timeline, that doesn't seem like that much.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's like at the time, it was like, oh, I had 2 seasons on it, and then it ended at 5 at the perfect
I
moment,
gotcha.
and was a brilliant show, and no clunkers whatsoever. And then we watched The Walking Dead, and it just kept being like, okay, this character's getting a lot of attention. I wonder if he's going to die. Okay, this character is bulletproof, apparently. Like, it was those things all the time. And, oh, is this person going to do something and have to deal with the regret of doing that thing? And then eventually have to survive and get over it. I wonder. I fucking wonder. But it also did an acoustic rendition of a Tom Waits song. So
we're replacing all the U picks now, and instead we're going to be covering each season of The Walking Dead.
A season?
I will watch it
by
on
episode.
I will watch it on X8 speed if I have to do that. I refuse to watch the full hour.
Well,
we're giving the full breakdown each episode right here on Straight Chat.
if you guys want to call
Only
in and
15 years late.
tell us about other stuff that you love and just hear us take a giant shit
Dude,
on
yeah,
it like we've done
that's,
all
that's our new
episode.
thing.
Call in. 904.
Yeah, if you like
It's
it,
our
call us,
fault.
and we'll tell you why
It's the
you're
victim's
wrong,
fault.
and you okay.
Victims. Oh my God.
And be sure and listen to Andrew Tate's guest spot next week. We're gonna have a great time.
904-638-3231. Tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, please. We need it.
Send us something else you love for us to shit on.
Yeah, what questions for next week? What do y'all got?
I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of Walking Dead? Because, like, I feel like a lot of people tapered off that show, but it's clearly still making money. So I know that there's a lot of people that still low key
Someone's
watch it
watching
or
it,
they
yeah.
just don't talk about
Somebody's
it.
gotta
Somebody's
be
out there watching
watching
that shit. So yeah,
I don't
Walking
know,
Dead
man.
fans,
I feel
let
like-
us
but
know
at
where
the
the
same
good shit
time-
is. I'm
Not-
curious. I
not
won't
to
watch
knock
it, but
it
I'm
around.
curious.
It lives in the same kind of mind of like, I don't mean to knock it. I'm not putting anybody down, but in the same part of my mind is something like wrestling, where like I know that it exists, I know that it's out there, I know a lot of people like it,
some hell to pay here.
but I don't really know why, and I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things.
It's
I know it's a
investment thing.
Yeah, I know it's a
Yeah.
cultural thing that a lot of people get behind and get entertainment from it, and like invest in the storylines and invest. But I don't really know. I don't really see the appeal myself, and I don't really get it. You know.
I don't know. I see the correlation there. I had this conversation with a buddy of mine, my buddy who I watch the occasional pay-per-view with. He's a longtime fan of WWE, and he gives great annotations, giving me like the breakdown, like, okay, this character hates this character because of X. He's the Wikipedia that helps me out. But even we were talking, he's like, yeah, I just like, even on this past WrestleMania, I was kind of struggling to remember what was going on. It wasn't like, it really rewards your time investment. And if you're not enjoying the time that you're putting into it to begin with, then it is not worth your time. Like, that's why I watch it very sporadically, and I have the perfect fucking bibliography sitting there ready to tell me what's going on. And that works, but I don't have that for Walking Dead, and I'm not going to. If somebody wants to do that, I'll watch an episode or two that are good, with your little annotations here or there. But otherwise, it's too much investment into drudgery to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, because here's the thing about it. It's like, even if okay, we get this recommendation. Hey, you know what? Dead City sounds pretty good. And I say, that maybe. It doesn't really sound intriguing to me, but I'm pretending. Maybe that sounds intriguing to me. But
maybe
am I really
universe?
Yeah, am I really going to go in and watch episode 1 of Dead City and not know these characters have existed, at least one of us? So Maggie's from the season 2. So if I haven't watched from season 3 or maybe season 4, and I know that there's almost 10 years worth of content where this character has been built, and then this other big character who I have not seen one episode with him, but I know is like a big deal, and there's been all this, like, he's got so much development and like motivations and why he do things, and for them in ways to interact. Like, am I realistically gonna jump into this new series that's built on so much back lore and character development and just start from like episode 1? I don't think so. Maybe you can, but I just don't think that that's realistic.
Yeah. Well, do it. It's just do it.
Now, what I would consider doing is something I've done with series before, where I start on the first episode, and if I like it, okay, and I'm a little curious where it's going, but I'm not interested in continuing to watch it, like
a YouTube recap.
I will just jump to the last episode. I've done that with a couple, and just be like, wow, this shit went crazy. Went all kinds of places, and you kind of piece together what happened, and that's fine. It makes it into a movie length endeavor instead of a fucking 15-hour undertaking just to get A to B.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It's not actual like consumption of the product, really. It's just like frivolous watching to watch, but that's fine.
Call in and say whatever you want. 904-638-3231.
That was our question. That was our prompt.
Yeah, whatever you make of that is fine. Just, whatever. Yeah. Next week, we'll be back with a brand new show, as always. We're talking about another You Pick the Flick. The movie is Ready or Not from 2019.
Oh, yeah.
As chosen by Alice, my lovely wife.
Thank you.
We're at the point where we're getting our spouses to give us good movies to review. People, come on.
Look, I'm opening the tier at 3:01 p.m. I need you to get on the computer.
We need a good movie.
We need a ringer.
We need a ringer. We do.
That did not happen, by the way. I did not.
I don't even care at this point.
I premise.
If it did.
Look,
I premise.
There's no oversight here. We're just doing this shit. So if that's true or if it's not, it's still happening.
Yeah, Ready or Not. Check it out. Get ready for next week's show. We're on all the socials. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast. We'll pop right up. If you want to join in the daily Slack channel conversations, hit us up on one of those social media outlets, and I'll send you a link so you can join in on the fun. We're talking about the movie of the week, talking about video games, trading recipes, sharing pictures of our cute pets. Fun stuff. It's a great community. Come join us. That's it. Until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.